Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right. Good morning, SVG. It is Thursday morning, and this week flew so quickly. Not that I'm complaining, but this week flew so quickly. All right. Morning, Dianna. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. Morning, Roleza. I'm doing well this morning. I came outside this morning and there was a lot of breeze. It was really cool. Normally when I come out, it's not that cool. So I really enjoyed. So that gave me a good start. When I come out and I feel the nice breeze, I feel good.
Right.
Ready for the day.
And morning to you, Christal. How are you?
Good morning, everybody. I'm okay. Hungry, but that's a normal thing.
Yes, that's
Dianna,
very
just
normal, Christal.
Dianna, just shift over so we could see you properly, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, great, wonderful, right there. Awesome.
All
Good
right.
morning to the listeners.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. So good morning to let me see who's already checking in there on the WhatsApp. So good morning to Demon. Good morning to Joshua. Normally Annie is there. I'm not seeing her this morning, but normally Annie is there. So good morning. And those persons who are already on the live, I know that El Katha is normally there as well on the live. El Katha, my apologies that we don't always get to shout you up, but good morning to you. And yeah, good morning to our faithful listeners. Of course, for the rest of this week, we will be bigging up the who?
The Backstreet, is it Backstreet Gang?
Backstreet Gang on Union Island. Bigging up all you, right? For the whole week, gotta get a special big up, all right? So good morning to everybody. And we are here for another activated morning session for today. And we're just going to provide some updates to some stories that we touched on yesterday, as well as on, I think the day before. Yeah. What was the day before? Tuesday? Day before was Tuesday. Yeah. All right. So remember that it is an interactive program. And should you wish to call us, good morning to you as well, Franklin. Should you wish to call us, the number to call is 457-9997, or you can send us a message on WhatsApp, or you can call us on WhatsApp. All right. But it is interactive. So don't be shy. Let your voices or let your opinions be heard. We are here to listen. All right. So jumping into a story that we covered yesterday, a popular radio personality, as well as all right. Popular radio personality, as well as this jockey, Too Cool Chris. So of course, many persons would have been aware of a video that was circulating earlier this month, and then incident that transpired on Tuesday, and then we spoke about it yesterday. So the police relations department have issued a formal release, and this release states it's dated July 24th. So in Kingston, on July 23rd, 2024, police arrested and charged Christopher Jones, a 56-year-old disc jockey, radio announcer of Richmond Hill, with the offense of wounding. According to investigations, the accused allegedly unlawfully and maliciously wounded a 32-year-old fisherman of Lago Heights by shooting him in his hip, left hand, and right leg with a gun. The offense was committed on July 4th, 2024 at Bay Street in Kingston. Jones appeared before the Kingston Magistrates Court on July 24th, where he pleaded not guilty. The conditions of his station bail continues, and the matter was adjourned until September 6th, 2024 for review. All right, so that is just us providing you with some updates with regards to that particular matter and that particular situation.
All right, so he has been charged. Oh, yeah, so he has been charged. I still stand by what I said yesterday, still waiting to hear the mental state of this guy. But it's interesting that he got shot in his hip, in his hand, and in his right leg. 3 shots. All right.
And that's the thing. Was it three shots that were discharged and connected, or were there more shots that were fired and that just happened that 3 connected? Right. But again, as I said, I'm waiting to hear a bit more information. Dianna, you keep raising this point, and I picked it up yesterday, but I didn't take you up on it. Because you keep saying that you wish to know the mental state of the person who committed the act, or is alleged to have committed or started the unfolding sequence of events. But you know what? Let's leave it until more information comes out, and then I would provide. But we ain't gonna be talking about this till quite the 6th of September.
It's true. We don't move on.
No, we won't move on.
Because, well, the case is when we have the September 6th event, I mean, it will be fresh again. Yes, certainly.
And then I think it would bring to light the topic of if the person really is mentally unstable, the fact that they are among us in Kingston, seemingly just walking amongst us like normal, and what should persons do, I suppose, to defend themselves, protect themselves. But again, I'm not going to go too much into it at this time until I hear the facts coming out of this particular case, so that I can give my thoughts properly on it.
You know something though? There are probably more mentally ill and unstable people out of the mental institution and without proper care than in walking among us. So
Yep. And I know that it's generally a concern for many of us when we walk through Kingston. I myself had a situation a few years ago. It didn't develop into anything physical. It's just that I knew that I was being followed. This was a Saturday afternoon. I knew that I was being followed. Now, maybe the person was mentally unwell, or maybe the person was just trying their luck to see if trying their luck. Right? So I know that there is a bit of a fear for some persons when you walk through Kingston, but it is a topic that needs to be addressed. Are we going to address it in connection with this particular incident, or maybe we could address it separately outside of this incident? Because again, we don't have all the facts with this particular story. But it's something that we need to talk about.
I would like for us to address it with the incident and outside of the incident, because I personally think it is something we need to talk about, because persons are of the opinion that if somebody who is mentally ill or mentally challenged does something to you, you ought to retaliate and you should be given the right because you're defending yourself. But then I think that there are also some factors to be taken into consideration. So I think we need to make people aware of certain things and not just talk for talking's sake. Actually put some actions. Boy, I feel delusional saying this, but put some actions into play.
Who should put actions into play?
The powers that be.
Oh, the authority state. Okay. Well, we have seen in the past where mentally ill persons have attacked regular civilians going about the business. A woman, a security officer, died a few years ago on her way home after the night shift when she was fatally stabbed. And then we saw another situation earlier this year, another lady on her way to work, it's alleged that the person who attacked her was also mentally unstable. So we have seen incidents where regular civilians going about their normal business have been attacked by mentally unstable persons, right? But I think we could probably get into that on another occasion, separate from this issue with regards to Cool Chris. All right. So another update for listeners.
All right, so next update, a 58-year-old found dead and the police launch an investigation. That's the title of the article I'm reading from One News. So the article reads, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force said it has launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the discovery of a partially decomposed body in Friendship, Canouan. In a July 24th press release, the police force said that on July 23rd, police received a report of a partially decomposed male body that was found in a house at the above-mentioned location. The deceased has been identified as Carly Compton, a 58-year-old laborer from Friendship, Canouan. Medical persons were called to the scene and pronounced him dead. A postmortem examination is to be conducted and investigations are ongoing. So we have a man, 58-year-old, who is dead, who was found partially decomposed. No cause of death known as yet in Canouan.
Right.
Yeah.
So with this story as well, so there are questions in my mind. Partially decomposed, what is the extent of the decomposition, so that it could probably provide you with maybe a timeline as to when he died. Also, he's partially decomposed. Was it a case where nobody realized that he was missing? Was it a case where persons may have thought that maybe he went to mainland on one of the other Grenadine Islands? Because it's interesting when I hear a partially decomposed body found, but there was not necessarily maybe an alert, let's say within the community itself, or persons querying, where is such and such a person, to the extent where police or persons now find them decomposing. So the person has been identified, a name has been put to the individual. So we suppose will be, and the name of the individual, let me not just glance over it like that. The person's name is Cali Compton. He's a 58-year-old laborer, all right? And he is from Canouan itself. Yeah. So we would await more information with regards to that. Was he a victim of Hurricane Beryl?
That was one of the first things that came to my mind when I heard of this.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
I don't believe so. Beryl since the 1st of July. Today is what is today?
Was the 25th.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Next week.
He was Christal.
Yeah. I just feel, okay, so let's say like 20 days. Let's say it's roughly 20 days. For the body to be partially decomposed, I would expect for the description to be a lot more advanced than that. If the person did in fact die during the passage of Hurricane Beryl.
Yeah. Well, remember, cleanup efforts are still ongoing on the island. So, I mean...
yeah, but for 20 days, the state of decomposition would have been, I think, far worse than partially
more advanced.
Decomposed.
Okay. And you talk about me and my criminal investigation skills?
This has nothing to do with, like, I mean, because we've had these stories over and over and over.
Times, right.
You pick up that the police would give varying descriptions. Like the state of Lenny's body, the way it was described is different to this one here. They would say partially, severely, and what's not. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's just us providing you with some updates with two stories in which we spoke about earlier this week. So at this time, we are going to take a break, and at 7:35, we'll be back with today's traffic talk. Then at 7:45 with Mr. Lansford Weeks, stay with Mr. Lansford Weeks. And then at 8:05, we will bring to you today's Cop Chat. All right. So stay tuned for a packed morning of information and entertainment. All right.
Lanes is your invention, family store.